I'm sorry to have to swear at you here, but you're full of crap and you don't even know it. Here's what that looks like. And here's where you want to get to. And here are the two tools that are going to get you there. And here's a video that's going to show you how to use these tools. This is an image of your body. It's full of crap. So what is the crap? Well, there's the health stuff that we all know about already, the McDonald's, the booze, the drugs, the fags, all the rest of it. There's the informational stuff, the news, the gossip, the TikTok, the other people's opinions, the consuming other people's lives on Instagram. And in this video, we're not going to get into either of the first two categories because it's the third category that's the most important. This is the build-up of crap via suppressed emotions and trauma. This is the single reason for every single problem you have in your life: depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, PTSD, OCD, ADHD. So let's talk about trauma. Every single person, no matter how blessed their experience of life has been, has dealt with trauma. And the reason for this is that, number one, we're raised in a culture that doesn't understand what it means to be a human being, that doesn't understand how to process these emotions in order to be a whole, healthy, harmonious human being on the inside. We run away from things, we cover things up, we suppress things, we drink them away. And the reason I know this to be true is because you look around and you see that most people are fucked up and they have their own certain brand of fucked up. And even the people that have it all, the celebrities, the people that, supposedly have achieved everything we could possibly want, also have their own problems as well. So that means that you were likely raised by parents who hopefully tried their best, however, couldn't give you what you needed because they were fucked up themselves and probably passed it over to you. In the book, It Didn't Start With You, the author Mark Wolynn said, "The past lives on in your body, in the way you breathe, in the way you carry yourself, in your nervous system, and in the way you think. The latest scientific research tells us that the fears and longings our parents and grandparents experienced are wired into our genes and can affect our emotional lives." This stuff runs deep, so much deeper than you could even comprehend. I'm talking about generations of shit has accumulated and is now stored in your body. The reason you're depressed could be because your grandmother's entire family was killed in Stalin's purges and she never dealt with that trauma because she didn't know how to. And here's something that's going to blow your fucking mind. All of a female's eggs are formed when it's a fetus in the womb, which means that you existed as an egg in your mum when she was a fetus in your grandmother. So all three generations were literally in the same body at the same time, which means that something that could have happened to your grandmother when she was pregnant with your mum physically affected you because you were there. Is that not fucking mental? And that's only to speak about ancestral or generational trauma. Obviously, we all have our own particular brand of trauma that we dealt with in our lives, whether it was abandonment or abuse or bullying in school or just parents that couldn't love us because they didn't know how to love themselves. In The Body Keeps the Score, Peter Levine, PhD, says, "Trauma is not just an event that took place sometime in the past. It is also the imprint left by that experience on mind, brain, and body. You're like this beautiful round ball of Play-Doh that has been shaped and deformed and dented, not only by just your experiences, but by the experience of your ancestors. And this is why nothing you try to do actually seems to fix the problem. Not the journals and the gratitude lists and the meditation and the exercise and the building a business and the getting in a relationship and all these things that we try and do to fix ourselves, to feel better. If you're anything like I was, if you're anything like me, then you got many of these things and you still didn't feel right. It still didn't quite fix what you were hoping for it to fix deep down. So how do we fix it? How do we actually change on a fundamental, on a deep level? How do we get rid of all this shit, these shopping bags full of bricks that we've been carrying for our entire life? What do we do? Well, there's two ways to get it out that I've discovered, that have worked for me. One of them's extremely difficult, but very fast. One of them's hard, but takes longer. So first and foremost, God mode. Ayahuasca, plant medicines. Maybe this could be the same for iboga, mushrooms, LSD, whatever. I haven't really dove too deep into any of them. But for me, ayahuasca was the most powerful tool. It is an ancestral medicine that goes into your physical being and heals you emotionally, physically, spiritually, in all the different dimensions. It's very difficult to explain, but it's a hallucinogenic brew that goes into you and seems to have its own intelligence, and it will crawl around inside your body, giving you like a triage. It'll find the nooks and crannies that aren't right. It'll find the energetic blockages. It pulls them into your stomach, and then you purge them, like physically purge these things that have been stuck in your body. It's a phenomenal way. It's a very fast way to heal yourself. It's not a panacea. It's not going to fix you overnight. But if you're wanting like an instant, instant fucking kick off a cliff change, then it's the best thing I've ever found. Be warned, it's very difficult. There is another way that you can start doing right now, and it just involves sinking into your emotions. It just involves whenever something happens to you in your life, whenever you feel triggered, whenever there are these suppressed emotions that come to the surface in the form of uncomfortable emotions that we don't want to experience because something happened, like your boss texts you something that you didn't like, or the girl's not texting you back, or whatever it is in the world that's triggered you, or the cashier in the coffee shop said something, whatever it is that's triggered you and has now created this uncomfortable emotion, what happens right now at this point is there's a crossroads. There's two options, because we all have these unpleasant emotions rise to the surface of our consciousness, and how you deal with it is the deciding factor in what happens to you in your life. Because one way that most people deal with it is they run away from it. They go to the booze, they go to the YouTube, they go to something to try and suppress that feeling and distract themselves from it. Even healthy stuff like exercise and saunas, it's just an attempt to try and change the state to get away from whatever it is you're experiencing. Not that these things are bad, obviously. But the point is, what I've discovered to be the only thing that really works is to sink into the emotions. So whenever you experience something that comes up out of the blue, whenever you experience something that you don't like, you allow it to be, you welcome it, and you sit in a chair or you lie in bed and you sink into the feeling of the emotion. You sink into the physical sensations. I can show you exactly how to do it right now. It's so simple, it's fucking insane. Okay, so I want you to sit in a chair like this. It doesn't have to be, lotus position, lie in a bed, whatever you want to do. Get comfortable, I'll give you a few seconds. You can pause the video, whatever, if you're not there yet, but we're going to crack on. So I want you to fix on a point on the wall in front of you. I want you to fix your gaze on the point on the wall. You're not going to close your eyes. And I want you to just become aware of your breath. As it's coming in and out of your stomach. Notice the rise and fall. Now, become aware of any sounds that you can hear from the world around you. I can hear some birds chirping outside. I can hear my voice, the hum of the refrigerator. And now feel the weight of your body on the earth wherever it's connected, whether that's your back because you're lying down, or your buttocks, or your feet. Just feel the weight of your body. And now I want you to feel into what's going on inside your body. Where does your awareness go inside your body? For me, I get drawn to, there's an itch on my shin. I've got a kind of pit feeling in my stomach slightly. I've got a twinge in my arm, tension in my chest. What can you feel in your body? Now I want you to bring to mind an event that happened recently where you were triggered. Think about a conversation you had when you were triggered. Bring to mind the images of what happened then. Replay that situation in your mind. Now, I'll bring to mind a conversation that annoyed me. Now, when I do that, I can feel a tension in my chest. I can feel energy that's running up and down my thighs. I can feel a gentle squeeze on my temple and my head. So I want you to just sink into and feel whatever emotions, whatever sensations seem to be coming up for you when you're thinking about this, when you're triggered. And I want you to just sit with them, to watch them, track them. If it moves from one place to the next, move with it. It might be a fizz-like sensation here, it might be a tension there, it might be a tightness, it might be tingles, maybe a numbness, whatever it is. Just move around the body wherever your awareness goes with this sensation, track it. We'll leave you like that for 30 seconds. Now I want you to come back. You can look around the room, move your body a little bit, get back to the present moment and all that. And yeah, that was very quick. That was 2 minutes probably. But that's literally all you need to do. Something happens in your life, you feel triggered, you feel an uncomfortable emotion, and instead of going to your negative habits that you normally do to suppress it, sit in a chair, lie in your bed, and track the sensations in your body. Whatever that emotion brings, is it a tightness in your chest? Does your head feel a tension? Whatever comes with that emotion, just track those sensations and sit with them for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, for an hour, for however long you can at first. And gradually you get better at it, gradually you can sit with them for longer, gradually you'll be more capable. And over time you'll notice something incredible happens. You'll notice that you wake up in the morning and you'll be like, oh, I feel good. Because the stuff that's been weighing you down has gradually been released from your system and it's not there anymore. You start feeling lighter. Enlightenment. Enlightenment means lightened, because right now you feel heavy because you're full of crap. And depression is heaviness. And when you feel lighter, you feel good, you feel joyous. So that's what this process does. It lightens the load that you've been carrying around and helps you tap into, present moment reality and all that good stuff. So give it a bash, strong recommendation. I think it would solve all your problems if you just did this every single day. Every time an emotion comes up, if you just sit with it, you'll feel a lot better. And sometimes you won't do it, sometimes you will, but like if you can try and make an effort to really attempt to do this, then you'll notice all the benefits of it. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, all the best.